In this section, I will demonstrate how to diagram roof faces with butt-up lines and other level lines, or you may call them pitch change lines. First, I have the picture of a roof with a butt-up line. A lot of times you'll have step flashing here. Notice this point ends up against the brick face, and a lot of times it is siding. It does not connect to this point or this point. So let's diagram this face. First off, we go get the icon to diagram. We start here, we go up here and click. Go down to this point. Now, once more, it does not connect with this point. It does not connect with this point. It's by itself, but I'm going to stop short of the brick face and then go up to the valley to complete the face. Very quickly identify the lines, 2 hip ridges, and then a perimeter. And now the butt-up line. Go click on orange, and we click here to identify it. Then I'm going to right click, and I'm going to take and use this to pull it in up against the face the way it is here. So we have diagrammed one type of face with a butt-up line. Another place a butt-up line occurs is when you have a high gable and you have a low gable. To diagram this, we would click here. We would click here. I'm going to stop short and then click here to finish the face. Very quickly identify the perimeter line. Bring this up a little larger. The gable. And then the butt-up line, which is inside. You can notice this taking shape in the 3D. And now I'm going to pull the line back in. And looking at the 3D, here is the butt-up line. This is siding or brick. This point, this back point, is down by itself. It does not connect here, and it does not connect here. In this particular house, we have butt-up lines in several places. You can see a butt-up line here, which is this line here. Then you can see butt-up lines here and here, which you can see the orange lines here and here. We do have a unique situation right here on this particular house where this ridge moves down lower. So this section is lower than this section. This is the highest ridge here. And what we have is a gap here, and that gap is siding. And the high part is a green line or half a gable, and the lower part is a butt-up line. So we have the orange line here. So when we pull these back in and straighten these lines up, you can see this gap is barely there, but that gap is siding, where we have the high line, which is green, and the lower line, which is a butt-up line. We'd have step flashing on the siding, and we had drip edge on the higher part. This diagram also contains the other level line or pitch change line on the back. Notice that I've turned the 3D around, and we have a gable, and I'm going to pull this gable back so that you can see it. But here are the gable lines. Then we come straight down, and then shingles start and form an eyebrow. This inside horizontal line is yellow, which is the other level line or the pitch change line. And you can think of this as going down, straight down, and then starting the pitch of this eyebrow, which I think is about a 5 or a 6 pitch. So the way this was drawn is this part was drawn. It was connected right here. We have a little bit of a ridge right here. And obviously looking straight down at it, it looks like it's all one line, but there is a yellow line for the pitch change and then the green lines for the gable. Another place on a diagram where we would use the other level line or pitch change line is on a house like this, where this house is a 7-pitch and we have a 3-pitch porch coming off the back face. Here's a side view of the pitch, and notice in this black area right here we would have siding also. Pulling the lines apart, you can see that we have the green lines which are sloped, which would contain drip edge, and the perimeter line here which would have drip edge. And then we have the yellow pitch change or other level line right here where we change from a 7-pitch to a 3-pitch. They have a common connection point on these corners, but notice as it slopes at a different rate than the main face, we have a place in here for siding. So we'd have drip edge here, we would have siding and probably step flashing up against that siding. Another area on a roof face where we would use the other level line or pitch change line and a butt-up line together would be in a situation like this. F1 and F2 are 2-story, and here's the house here, and you can see the gables right here for the 2-story, and then we have a 1-story section in front of and to the right side of the 2-story. I want you to notice F5. Notice the yellow line which is up against the siding here, and it is yellow because it's a change in pitch from straight down to where the shingles start. Notice this slope right here up against the face is a butt-up line, and then as we move over here to the side, there's a ridge here, and we have a face right here, and notice that it is a horizontal face, a horizontal change where the shingles stop and the siding starts, and it is also yellow right here. So this is another example of a face where we actually use the other level line or pitch change line along with a butt-up line in a 1-story or 1-story shingles butt up against the face of the 2nd story. In the next section, I will show you how to prepare your diagram for a report.